Are we on? Okay. We're going to start tonight in the 9th and the 10th Amendment of the Federal Constitution. And it starts like this. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or to disparage others retained by the people. Number 10. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. And then I wanted to go to Article 1, Section 8, and read the delegated powers that was given to the federal government by the states and by the people. And so that gives them a limitation on their powers. And the rest of the powers are reserved to the people and to the states. Article 1, Section 8. The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and the general welfare of the United States. But all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. To borrow money on the credit of the United States, to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states and within the Indian tribes, to establish a uniform rule of naturalization and uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States, to coin money, regulate the value thereof, and of foreign coin, and to fix the standard of weights and measures, to provide for the punishment of counterfeiting the securities and the current coin of the United States, to establish post offices and post roads, to promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing for limited times to authors and to inventors the exclusive right to their respective writings and discoveries, to constitute tribunals inferior to the Supreme Court, to define and punish piracies and felonies committed on the high seas and offenses against the law of nations, to declare war, grant letters of marque and reprisal, and make rules concerning captures on land and water, to raise and support armies, but no appropriation of money to that use shall be for a longer term than 2 years, to provide and maintain a navy, to make rules for the government and regulations of the land and naval forces, to provide for calling forth the militia, to execute the laws of the Union, suppress insurrections, and to repel invasions, to provide for organizing, arming, and disciplining the militia, and for governing such part of them as may be employed in the service of the United States, reserving to the states respectively the appointment of the officers and the authority of training the militia according to the discipline prescribed by Congress, to execute or to exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever over such district not exceeding 10 miles square as may by cession of particular states and the acceptance of Congress become the seat of the government of the United States, and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by the consent of the legislature of the state in which the same shall be, for the erection of forts, magazines, arsenals, dockyards, and other needful buildings, and to make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers, and all other powers vested by this Constitution in the government of the United States, or in any department or officer thereof. So I think that spells out what our federal government's powers are, and would like to go to Section 10 and read again the things that the states cannot do, in which that the federal government has the power to do, but the state governments do not have the power to do. It says, no state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. No state shall, without the consent of Congress, lay any imposts or duties or imports or exports except what may be absolutely necessary for the executing its inspection laws, and the net produce of all duties and imposts laid by any state or imports or exports shall be for the use of the Treasury of the United States, and all such laws shall be subject to the revision and to the control of the Congress. No state shall, without the consent of Congress, lay any duty of tonnage, keep troops or ships of war in time of peace, enter into any agreement or compact with another state or with a foreign power, or engage in war unless actually invaded or in such imminent danger as will not admit for delay. So I wanted to move to the Colorado Constitution and read a little bit of it as to what the power of the Colorado Constitution gives the state of Colorado. I'd like to share with us the preamble to the state of Constitution. It says, we the people of Colorado, with profound reverence for the supreme ruler of the universe, in order to form a more independent and perfect government, establish justice, ensure tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the state of Colorado. On down in the articles, Article 1 gives the boundaries of the state of Colorado. Article 2 starts with the Bill of Rights for the state of Colorado. And I'd like to read a couple or three of those. In order to assert our rights, acknowledge our duties, and proclaim the principles upon which our government is founded, we declare. We declare. Section 1, the vestment of political power. All political power is vested in and derived from the people. All government of right originates from the people, is founded upon their will only, and is instituted solely for the good of the whole. Section 2, people may alter or abolish form of government. The people of this state have the sole and exclusive right of governing themselves as a free, sovereign, and independent state, and to alter and to abolish their constitution and form of government whenever they may deem it necessary to their safety and happiness, provided such change be not repugnant to the Constitution of the United States. Section 3, inalienable rights. All persons have certain natural, essential, and inalienable rights, among which may be reckoned the right of enjoying, and defending their lives and liberties, of acquiring, possessing, and protecting property, and of seeking and obtaining their safety and happiness. That's the first three articles of our Bill of Rights of the state of Colorado. So that's what I wanted to share with the people this evening. And in what I see, I think Colorado has got a real good constitution for the people if we had men that would stand up for it and would enforce it in our legislature. Thank you.